I'm Samida Hegde. I'm interning with Lexis and Company. I'm a third year law student studying in Ramaya College of Law, Bengaluru. And today I'm going to be talking about rights and duties of shareholders. So, who are shareholders? Shareholders are basically shareholders have ownership interest in the company. Shareholders are also the investors and even owners of the company. Now, shareholders are owners in the sense that they hold certain number of shares in the company, and shares are similar to slices of the company. So, depending on the number of shares I hold, that much percentage of ownership I will have over that company. However, it is not necessary that shareholders partake in the day-to-day operations of the company, but they're owners of the company, and by virtue of being owners of the company, they hold certain rights and duties um, over the company. And before we go into the rights of shareholders, so what are the types of shareholders? So mainly we can categorize shareholders into two types, that is equity shareholders and preference shareholders. Now equity shareholders are the main stakeholders in the company, and they are the ones who are involved in major decision taking process in the company. They are the ones who hold voting rights in the company. But remember this, even though these are the main stakeholders in the company, when it comes to payment of dividend, preference shareholders get priority over equity shareholders. Um, then we have preference shareholders. Preference shareholders do not have any voting rights. So they receive a fixed dividend. So the dividend is fixed from time to time. They get a fixed dividend, and this is generally larger. The dividend is generally larger than what is paid to common stockholders, and also their dividends are paid before the equity shareholders, like I told you before. So now let's talk about rights of shareholders. So um, a shareholder in company is entrusted with various rights to maintain the position and to prevent any kind of suppression from any member of the company. So what are these rights? These rights include right to vote. So right to vote is one of the most important rights that is given to shareholders. Um, so Companies Act 2013 recognize certain kinds of voting, like voting by showing hands, voting by polling, voting through electronic means, and voting done by postal ballot. So voting can be done in various ways. All of these are recognized under Companies Act, and this right enables the shareholder to participate in the corporate decision making process. So what kind of voting power do they have? This voting power includes the right to appoint directors, the right to make proposals, the right to vote for structural changes. For example, it could be mergers, acquisitions, or even for that matter, liquidation of the company. Now, following a procedure mentioned in Companies Act 2013, shareholder also has a right to appoint a proxy on his behalf. Now, what does this mean? For the sake of voting, so what does this mean? Now, let's say I'm the shareholder of the company, and at the time of voting, when certain decisions are to be taken, I am absent in the sense, let's say I'm in a different part of the country, and because of which I am not able to attend the meeting. In that case, I can appoint a person on my behalf who will do the voting for me. Of course, they will vote the same as what I want. I will inform them, and they will carry it out. So this is called appointing a proxy. So even a proxy can vote on behalf of a shareholder. And so after right to vote, we have right to financial records. So I told you shareholders are the owners of the company, so of course they have the right to inspect the books and any kind of documents and records of the company. So basically um, this right is available so they can know whether the company is doing well, whether the company is doing in loss, or whether it is doing well or not. As owner, you have the right to know how the company is doing. And the company may also do this by providing records of audited financial statements or financial reports to the shareholders. So this is the second right, and next we have right to sue for wrongful acts. So shareholders also have right to sue the directors and executives of the company for various reasons like mismanagement, fraud, or misappropriation of funds. It could be anything. Now, whenever there has been some kind of a fraud involved or misappropriation of funds or anything, it affects the shareholders because they are also the investors in the company. They have invested money into the company. If something happens to the company, then they are losing out money, so that is why they have the right to sue for wrongful acts as well. Then then they also have right to attend general meeting of the company. The annual general meeting is annual gathering of company shareholders. Here the directors of company presents the shareholders with the annual report and comment on the performance of the company over the year, how the performance of the company has been over that year. So during this annual general meeting, shareholders may elect a new director, and they can also decide the remuneration for the director, and they can ask any questions regarding companies moving forward, like what are the future goals of the company and how we are going to achieve it, or any such questions the shareholders may have. And next we have right to transfer ownership. Like I told you, shareholders are the owners of the company and they hold certain number of shares. Now, in a publicly listed company, the shareholders have the right to transfer shares freely. So I can transfer whatever shares I'm holding to some other person, and when I transfer this, that person gets hold of the shares and then they become the owner of the company. So right to transfer ownership is also available to shareholders. Now, these are the important rights of the shareholders. Then, apart from this, we have a few duties of shareholders, like shareholders should be in touch with the members of the company so they can see the work and progress of the company. And yes, shareholders are not entitled to anything else except ownership in the company, and also shareholders are not personally liable for the debts of the company. And but always remember that if a company is liquidated, in that case, first preference is given to creditors, and if there are any debts from creditors or bank loans, they are given first preference. Then the preference is given to preference shareholders, and then last preference is given to equity shareholders. Always remember this. And also shareholders have a duty to attend general but they have the duty to participate in general body meetings so that they can see, and also they can advise on certain matters which they feel is not going well. So these are basically some of the duties of shareholders. So I hope you have understood important rights and duties of shareholders today, and I hope you liked today's video. I've also made other videos, do check them out, and please like, share and subscribe to the channel and press that notification button for more updates. Thank you.